Talked about those players before me, and when I came to New York, I learned at a very young age, and a lot of it had to do with Jay Horwitz and Shannon and Ethan. You know, these guys showing me that.
What is good, everybody? I'm gonna break down. So we have non-farm payroll and PMI. So we got a lot of news today. Already labeled. Already labeled Asian in London. It's not really, I just sit here and I wait. So what am I looking for? So if we have any weekly objectives. Yeah, we're coming into this fair value gap. So once we've already tapped into this fair value gap, I'm going to measure OTE. That's right, an OTE. Hop down to the daily. OTE, want to see these highs taken out before we push lower. So where do I think we'll go to? Get rid of this. We need to find a discount range. This 4-hour gap aligns with OTE with the inversion 4-hour right here. So this 4-hour is my target. Even though we've already pulled into it, I'd want to see this low get taken one more time before we eventually make our way up. But it looks like we're going to take that out before I get that. So I'll just wait and see. No external factors. You know, I'm not scrolling on social media. I will play a little bit of Wordle. I will do that. And this is a massive range. This is a massive range. Right? Market's open. Play some music. Just chilling out, watching price. Here we go. super, super, super low. How do I fix that? How the fuck do I fix that? Maybe this? 3.3 decibels? Yeah, we're just chopping. Does this sound better? Does this sound better? Let me know. Let me know. First stream, just figuring everything out. Maybe this. Maybe if I put the mic closer. What about this? How does this sound? This should do the trick. I think we're good. I think we're chilling, boys. Turn desktop audio down. Blue Yeti up. This should be it right here. Turn desktop audio down. Blue Yeti up. This should be it right here. Perfect. All right, let's get to trading. I don't think it's gonna be a big day today. We had FOMC, non-farm payroll. I think we're gonna slowly grind our way up. And then It doesn't look good. This is a waiting game. It's a patience game. That's what it all comes down to. Outlasting the chop. Guess I could put it over there. That ice cream makes me so cold. Drink some coffee, not a warming it. I wonder if I can make this camera smaller. Yep. Looks like we're going to take those out right now. I don't want anything to do with this. Anything to do with... Yeah, it looks like we're just going straight up for that thing. Yes, it's taking out the daily. Yeah, this would get us back in sync right here. There's really no SMTs or an inefficiency. It would be in there. And I guess I'll go ahead and cover this 4-hour gap. There we go. And I'm not looking for a short right here. I mean, my bias is now short, so now it's hard because I really, I believe that, we possibly come down. I still think we're going to take this out, come up one more time. That's just a far way to go to get into OTE. Possibly look for OTE of this range. But it's just a big ass candle. So right here, come fill this in, take it out one more time, then go down. I'm looking for something like this. Possibly come down, come back up one more time. Then go down, take everything else out, make our way back up. But that's just so much. It's just so much. I don't know. I'm probably not going to take a trade today. I'm just going to watch. It's Friday. We've met the objective. Maybe look for a little. There's really nothing to look for. No SMT. At this point, it's just trying to force a trade on a Friday, daily objective, but, you know. Sit here and watch, even though, there's really nothing, unless we create a 15-minute gap. I don't have a strong idea of where the draw on liquidity is after now. Like, I know this is a reversal point, but what I want to see is pull back into it, push up one more time, then go down. I don't think we're going to do all that on the last day of the week. So I'll just sit here. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, daily objective or weekly objective. This is what trading is, bro. This is how you become great. No one's here with me. No one's in the stream. I'm doing this to document my journey. Practicing right before, the account that gets funded. And yeah. I wonder if there's a way. What did I do? Uh, there we go. So now what does it look like? How do I? I want all of the top gone. All the bottom gone. Is that possible? What does this look like? There's a lot of people looking for shorts right now. A lot of people want to get in on Friday. Not me. If you see nothing, trade nothing. You gotta follow all these rules. I watch this all the fucking time. That's what I look at. Big spike up. Everybody thinks that's the top. I'm just not buying it, bro. Like, you're not gonna catch me trying to short this. I like these. I do like this right here. See how we react to this, because there is an SMT. I can see this moving up. No, not after that push. So I can see a dip under these lows. Put a little push down, trap all the shorts. It's a fair value gap. 15. Let's find 50% of this fair value gap. Just down here below OTE. So I don't know if we come and take this low out also. This is looking like an S&T is going to set up. This is where it gets confusing because this low never got taken out by NQ. You can see all of these lows never got taken out. Whereas on ES, we did take the low out. You can pull into this 15-minute. So what I do is I chart on NQ, and then I'll hop in over to MNQ, and I'll take the trade there, and I'll practice and get set up for next week when hopefully I have my money. So we see ES creating these equal lows. So see there, this is setting up for an all-around choppy day where we met the weekly target. You can see we have S&Ts all in here, ES taking out these lows, NQ not, and then even right here we don't even have, you know, the same lows. We have NQ's low, or we have NQ's low, which is over here. As you can see, if you look on the ES side while my cursor's on NQ's low, ES's low is like there's an S&T in here and an S&T all over here. It's just like just showing straight chop, which makes me believe even if we come down and we see a good setup, it's not going to be high probability. This is a good day to just, you know, everybody says don't try and do too much. I wouldn't even try and do anything. I don't see anything in any of this that's showing me anything whatsoever. I'm not trying to short after that. That's clearly going to get ran one more time today. It's just a question of when. All about patience. Even you know, there's a fine line, and right now I'm still in the learning phase. You know, just if you don't see anything, just walk away. But at the same time, just tape read. Just don't press the button, just tape read. Just watch what you're seeing. So I'll probably call out what I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna press the button today because if this were a real account day, I would not be trading this. When you start seeing SMT and then another SMT and another SMT and it's just filled with SMTs, it's not setting up for a trade. It's just setting up to just chop and gloomy day here in Georgia. So ES took out that low, and what I'm speaking about is you can see this low right here. The low for NQ, that's not the same candle. The low is over here. So, and then at the same time, which low are we looking at? Are we looking at this one? And that while you can constitute, like some people, they'll draw their line. Oh, NQ never took out the low, but ES did. SMT, you take that trade. Me personally, I'm not taking that trade on a Friday. At least until we get into this fair value gap. I'm not going to deal with all that. This shit is the key right here. Let me read it out to y'all while we just wait. If you see nothing, we do not trade. If you take a loss, we stick to the plan. Actually, you know what? Let me start with the pyramid. We're going to look at the bottom. I'm going to explain this pyramid to you guys. We look at the bottom section right here. Trading good setups. Whatever your plan is, ICT concepts, anything. Yeah, your setup comes. I take it every single time. Trading good setups. That's the bottom ring. Being a great technical analysis and being good at trading. Trading good setups. If you only trade good setups and that's the only thing you're worried about, you're not worried about any psychology, anything, you're gonna fail. So you'll be in like the 80-70% of people, even if your strategy is amazing. Once you combine that with trading good setups and under leveraging, as in not using too many contracts, not trying to get this huge amount of money on one trade, you trade good setups and you don't over leverage yourself, you under leverage. That's putting you one more thing. And then when you take that a step further, trading good setups, under leveraging, and taking 1 to 2 trades per day, bro, that's gonna set you up for amazing things. And that goes with when you get a win, just walk away with your profits. Take that win. When you take a loss, stick to the plan. If you're taking a $20 loss, it's in theory, I always thought to myself, you take a $20 loss, yeah, but my wins are 100, so I can take 5 losses. I can trade five times a day. I'm not gonna have all losses, so I'll have profit if I just keep trading. No, bro, like those losses affect your mind. And my thing was, I'd take a good winner, and now I think, okay, I got some extra room to work with. Now I can go all the way down, break even, and still. This is bad psychology right there. And so I got these candles up here showing, there's a good amount of red candles right there. And that's still, if you start with a $500 account and you have $20 losses, $100 wins, you're still doubling your account in 1 month. And I got the calendar there to remember, we're doing this on a monthly, yearly thing. We're not just trying to do it in one trade and change our life. So how do you take good trades, and how do you only take 1 to 2 trades a day? If you see nothing, we're not trading. I'm sitting here just watching this, and I'm not trying to, label inversion gaps and do whatever, because I'm not at a point where I see where the draw on liquidity is. And the first step is finding where the draw on liquidity is. The second step is where are we going there from. So I don't see any of that. Friday, we've already hit the thing. The market can be done for today. It can just sit around, and I'm expecting he's going to do that. If you take a loss, we stick to the plan. We don't try and get our losses back. We don't try and make it all back what we just lost. And if the trade is not repeatable long term, we will not do it this one time. I kept falling into that. I would sit there and I'd be like, well, I'm seeing it right now. This isn't my setup, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the trade. I'm just gonna scalp this, get break even, get my money back. Bro, you gotta trust the process, and you gotta understand if it's not long-term repeatable, that those bad habits will build up and you will give all that money back. And I have multiple times, over and over and over, and nothing changes if nothing changes. So then I got growth, consistency, and repeatability. This is a staple. It stays in front of me while I trade. And the whole prop firm mindset got me messed up completely. So now I'm really getting into the with your own money after you work for it, you don't want to lose it. And I just need to stop the bleeding right now. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm just sitting here waiting. Yeah, I don't see anything. Go over to ES. Looks like we're in this 15-minute gap after taking out the low. NQ is not in the 15-minute. NQ did take out the low. Let's see if ES wants to return into OTE of this range. Or in OTE of the range. See how ES responds after taking that low. Right now, my draw on liquidity is right here. So right now we got a clear SMT this low. And this low. ES returned into OTE under 50% of the range after taking out liquidity. So now I will look for it. My last thing is one more manipulation. NQ, I don't feel comfortable without taking out this buy side right here, or the sell side. So I'm just going to stick to just waiting. And if we go up and we end up taking out the buy side, change this to buy side. Usually I'll look for more of a daily draw, but now that we've hit the weekly draw, I'm literally just trading the range. So once, NQ wants to turn into OT, because you can see OTE is right here after taking out sell side. So why would I feel comfortable trying to go long after we haven't even taken sell side or return into OTE? Because ES did? I don't, that's not how I'm going to be. I used to be like that. I used to be like, well, maybe. It might be a 20% chance of winning, but that's more than zero. Yeah. If there's a chance, I'm jumping in. I don't do that anymore. I really shouldn't even be looking to trade this range because this range is terrible. Check and see if my money's gone to trade of 8 yet. City, let's look at dollar. Let's analyze the dollar real quick. So we're reacting off of this weekly. Is this a monthly? It's like a month fair value gap. Close above the monthly fair value gap. We also have a weekly inversion gap that we closed above and we're respecting. Dollar looks extremely dude. Dollar is looking extremely bullish. And NQ is looking extremely bearish. Why do I say dollar is looking extremely bullish? Well, because we came into here, we made this fair value gap, took out the low, returned to the order block, pushed up, closed above it while making a fair value gap. Used this weekly fair value gap. That's what I'm talking about right here. Look how we're respecting this inversion gap with this fair value gap right here, right? So I can see dollar pushing up, along with returning to, remember the wicks do the damage, closing inside of OTE, pull back, took out all of this liquidity, propel us up. I'd like to see dollar come here by the end of the month. This NQ is going to fall off of a cliff. This is it, man. If you trade dollar, bro, I'd be extremely bullish right here. I mean, look at that. We created this range right here. Well, we didn't return into OTE, but it's not. NQ's made equal lows. I gotta pee, so I'll be right back. We're back in business, baby. What's good? I'm really using this to be able to watch film, be able to go back and see what I did wrong, see what I did right. Let's go ahead and change this. It's way up there. It's still showing that, bro. I do not want it to show that. How does this look? That's way up there. Is that even changing anything? I don't even think it is. It's definitely not. See what happens if I go full screen. Yeah, you're not even gonna be able to see that. It's not NQ's taking out this cell side. See how it responds. Clear, I mean... Fuck. Very low probability. I mean, grade, but I'm only looking for longs right here. Targeting that buy side. Let's see what happens with this inversion. If we can push above this and then return to it. So we've closed above it. I'm gonna switch over to MNQ now. watch what we do with this inversion right here. Seeing strength. Prefer there to be a wick there, but on this candle right here, I don't like how there's no wick. We gotta watch how we react to this order block. This is what the trade would look like. I'd have it down here at the bottom of this wick. 5.6 risk to reward. See how we respond in these low probability conditions. See if we reached into that 15-minute. We did. So now we just gotta be patient. 2-minute fair value gap. Yeah, we're probably gone. So now that we're this high, me personally, I'm not looking for this inversion. I wouldn't want to see it come all the way down there. Once we tap this order block, I'd go long. We came into this fair value gap. That could be an entry right there. I would never take that entry. I mean, that's 30 points for a stop loss. That is institutional order entry drill. Or not really, I mean. Okay, pretty far into it. We'll see us push into this inversion right here. We're in that order block. I'm going long. 34. Make 250. This is the trade right here. ES pulled into the minute. So why did I get into this trade? Because when we pull into a big higher time frame PD array like this and we shoot down, I'm always looking for the second manipulation leg to go short. Because it's Friday, I don't think that we're going to dump today. I don't think that's going to be the high of the day or the week. I mean, obviously, yeah, I feel like a lot of people are trying to go short here. We pulled into a 15-minute time frame in OTE, took out sell side, created an SMT, pushed through an inversion block, created an order block. I mean, this is a good trade here. I'm not saying that it's 100%, but this is A+ for me. Now this is where I look at my card and I say, okay, I don't want to over leverage. And I feel more confident that NQ was the one that stayed above that old low over there and ES wasn't. I like to long the stronger one. Or I like when I don't trade ES, but so ES is looking really weak right now. Yeah, ES looks like it wants to push a little bit lower. And if we get stopped here, then that's the one trade of the day. See how NQ wants to respond to the inversion. And this is where people get scared at this point. When it gets that close to their stop loss, I mean, you accepted the risk, you're putting your stop there. This is where people be like, oh, I came to break even. I'm going to go ahead and get out and show the market. And then the market goes and pushes up, and you think to yourself, man, I should have stayed in. And I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here, but I mean, that was what? 2 points away from my stop loss. I mean, I put my stop loss there because once we push below the inversion, even if we wick there and close inside of the inversion, I don't want to create equal lows down there. So that's why I don't put my stop loss to the low. It's not because I'm playing off of the dollar amount value instead of the I mean, a lot of people right there would have had the candle come all the way down to their stop loss, come 2 points, immediately go back to break even, and they would have gotten spooked and scared out. And again, I'm not saying that we're going to push all the way up. But what I am saying is you can't go into this trade right here, see that the price went that close to your stop loss. Now that it's returned, you just want to get out. And you were that close to death, or you were that close to whatever. And you survived, so now you're just going to go ahead and cancel out. That's not how you're supposed to trade. I accepted, I'm in this trade now, stop loss, take profit. That's where I want. Now, I like it a little bit better when I can trade with more contracts. I can take off at 50%, move my stop to break even. But what I will do is once we push above this high right here, I will move my stop to break even. Look for a market structure shift. Now look how the bodies, so we traded off of this inversion gap right here, and the wick came through and respected it. But look at the bodies into this inversion gap, or this fair value gap. The bodies are staying strong in it. So when you get set up with a trade like this, I'm not saying this because overall, daily, the market conditions, this is terrible. We've already reached the weekly objective. It's just a terrible whatever to trade in. But when you see sell side get reached, equal lows, and you see an SMT form, and you get an inversion with a fair value gap and an order block, you need to take that trade. I mean, that's every criteria defined. You rarely get that. And we're not targeting an insane side. We're just targeting this high right here, this wick. Anybody who is not a real smart money and they just see fair value gaps and equal highs, they're shorting up here now that we breached this. They're shorting with this wick, and now their stops are going to get hunted. To form myself into this trade, I'm thinking, where is the draw on liquidity? While we're chopping in here, where's the draw on liquidity? Where's the draw on liquidity? I see a wick like that, and I think, boom, anybody who thinks we're overextended, anybody who whatever is about to get hunted right now. And it all comes down to this. Years and years of this. I could have easily seen it return here and seen ES was looking weak and disrespecting whatever. After the fact, after I already got in the trade, you have to get into a trade and you have to think to yourself, when I push this button, where's my stop loss going to be? Where's my take profit going to be? Am I comfortable with this trade going down to my stop loss? And me personally trading with the minis on the prop firm, I couldn't handle that. I would say, yeah, I'll set my stop loss to $700. It's not my real money. And then I go down 300. I just cancel out. So I stop myself from getting the 700. I won, and price would fly in my direction. Oh my God. Countless times, bro. And I had to sit there. And then I'd get a worse entry. I'd take the loss. I get a worse entry. And now I'm back to, like, if I would have just... It's just experience. I mean, it comes down to just experience. And I'm not, again, I want to say, I'm not sitting here saying I'm all knowing. What I do know is once you get into that trade, you can't sit there and say, oh, we're close enough to my stop loss, let me go ahead and save myself a couple whatever. Because in the long run, you're not saving yourself a couple of dollars. In the long run, you're putting yourself in a terrible position to miss out on trades that you were confident in taking, and you defined what you were going to take, your rules, your criteria, and then when you get punched in the face and you start, it's not all of a sudden going straight in your direction, you know. But another thing why I love ICT is a lot of people take their trades and they immediately set it to 1-to-1 or 1 to 1.5. I don't sit there and go, okay, at 4-to-1 I'm getting out. I target the liquidity that hasn't been breached. So we took sell side. Where's the next target? Where's price hunting? Buy side. You take buy side, where's price hunting? Sell side. So I'm not getting out at 3-to-1, 2-to-1 just because my whole game plan is, what is price hunting? Where's the draw on liquidity? Once I figure out the draw on liquidity, or have a good idea of where I think it's going to go, then I say, okay, where is price going there from? Well, I think the draw on liquidity at this point, I thought the draw on liquidity is going to be buy side. I don't think that it's right to short from here. I don't think that's going to be the ending point where all of a sudden we fall off a cliff. Yeah, I think in the next week that NQ is going to fall off a cliff. But I don't think right now. I don't think that's it. A lot of people would be like, okay, I've made it this far. Let me roll my stop to break even. Motherfucker, sit through the trade. Sit through the trade, bro. That's why trading is so hard, man, because it's not black and white. It's not black and white. It's just intuitive, whatever. And you just got to be in the zone with it. And speaking and talking about it, it makes you less in the zone. I've had my fair share of getting stopped out at this amount and then I've had my fair share of going that close to my stop, go ahead and when it returns to break even, getting out and then getting a worse entry up here, or just not even trading again. The best thing to do when that happens is to not even trade again. You missed the move, and I can't comprehend just letting it go, which is a flaw that I had to work on, which is why I'm only taking one trade today, one whatever, which allows me to sit through this, because I know once I cancel that button, I'm done for the morning session or the day. So and it's a constant battle, because I've been in this also position. When you're only trading with one contract, it's a hard thing. Do I let it play out? I got in this trade for a reason, because I think the draw on liquidity is up here. Okay, now I'm up $100. Do I just close the button because it's a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio now, or because we're at 50% of this range? So what I am going to look at is I am going to see, okay, in this range, how do we respond to 50%? Do we blow through it? Or do we stall out? Right now it looks like we're blowing through it. So now we have a market structure shift. I am going to roll my stop to break even now. So now it's a risk-free trade. And we just watch. We can see over here, ES respected this fair value gap with the bodies, pushed up, inversion gap, baby inversion gap right here. The bodies are respecting it. We're staying above it. We're not closing below it. And you can see this is setting up. You can already see this is where we're getting our buy model right here. I mean, this happens every single day on all time frames. We're seeing the buy model come to fruition. We have selling down, allowing people to buy into a discounted price. I'll show you after. 50% of the range, come down, allow people to get a discounted price, take out sell side, take out sell stops right here, create an SMT showing ES and NQ having a divergence. Now we wait for the inversion gap with a fair value gap, order block. Sometimes you're not going to get an order block with fair value gap and an inversion block. Sometimes you're not going to get that. But when this all comes in, even when you don't think that you're going to take a trade, you can go back in the live stream. I was just sitting here waiting and waiting. I don't know where the draw on liquidity is. Therefore, I don't know where I'm going to get in. Now I have an idea of where the draw on liquidity is. Up here, where am I going to get in? 50% of this range, discounted price. Am I going to get in if we're chopping and chopping and chopping? I even said there were too many SMTs. There weren't any equal lows. Then we created these equal lows right here. Equal low with this low. Now I know these are the equal lows that are going to get swept. I didn't know if it was these group of lows, this low, but once we made equal lows and then swept it, and then failed to push below this low when ES clearly did, ES clearly been going lower and lower and lower. Now all I'm looking for is an inversion gap, or a fair value gap, or something to tell me we're breaking structure and it's time to go up. I entered on the order block, and I'll show you my executions when this trade ends. I entered on the order block because once we pushed this high, we had reason, fair value gap here. We could have went into this fair value gap and pushed up. I would have missed the trade. We could have pushed into this order block and pushed up, and if I wanted to sit in this inversion gap, I might have missed a trade. So I got in with the order block, and I had to sit through this. 2 points away from my stop. And now that we're pushing above 50% and we're not stalling right away, I feel confident that price is going to keep going. That doesn't mean that I'm going to close my position or I'm going to leave it at break even. And we could come down, we could not. But this is a market maker buy model, and I'm already looking for my entry to the market maker buy model when we couldn't even see this side of the thing yet. A lot of people can see it once we get to here and they think, oh, where's my entry? There might be an entry, but you've missed the boat. You've missed it at that point. Your risk is going to be 1-to-1 instead of mine was 5.6-to-1. So now we're going to sit through this. I've seen multiple times where we do run all the way down to here. Now that I've moved my stop break even, I'm not going to start moving my stop around. So now that I'm looking at it, there is that fear of, okay, I've seen us pull down to here and then continue up. What if I get stopped? What if blah, 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 blah. Risk-free trade. If we pull down this many points, what is it, 50 points, and I get stopped and we return, so be it. I didn't lose any money. I'll be done for the morning session. I'll be done for the day because I'm not going to look at a Friday afternoon session after reaching the weekly objective. And this is where people, at this point, when price starts pushing down like this, fear kicks in. Should I just take out now? Should I just close out now? No, bro. You get hit with these questions throughout the whole trade. It's a constant, and that's why it's so hard, dude, when people are talking to me and they're like, oh, you were up this much, why didn't you just take out? Yeah, hindsight, I probably should have. But say this trade goes up and I say, yeah, I went to my objective. I believe that the drawn liquidity was here. That's why I got into this trade. And they don't look at the fact that I was 2 points away from my stop and I didn't get out there. You're saying, why don't you take out now? You made $70. Well, you were the same person saying, oh, well, we just went 2 points away from your stop loss, came to break even. Why don't you just get out now? Why don't you just, you were that close, why don't you just take out break even now? Those people are not going to be traders, dude. I'm telling you. It does not work like that. If you react like that, sometimes it's beneficial, but those bad habits, dude, it does not work like that. You start getting out every time you see a black candle when you're bullish or a green candle when you're bearish, bro, it will kill your mental. It will kill your account. Like, dude, I got into the trade looking for this buy model to occur. So why am I going to get out all of a sudden when we're at 50%? Now look, we do get to OTE and we start stalling out. And it looks like NQ did not get to OTE. And ES has equal lows. So ES didn't get to OTE, NQ did. This is it, bro. This is trading right here. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I move my stop to a risk-free, so if we pull back, I'm out of the trade. This is how a Friday, after non-farm payroll, after FOMC, after the weekly objective's been hit, this is how it trades. It's choppy. They can be the cleanest setup, and it just falls apart. But I'm not going to get into the mindset of every time I see a down close candle and I'm in profit, I start to pull the trigger and get out. Not doing it. So we've closed below this 5-minute fair value gap right here. Low probability that we end up going up. along with the fact that you see how, these curves aren't exact, but you don't want to start seeing your buy model trading sideways, pulling all the way down and then whatever. We can measure OTE of this range. It's always about where are people getting a discounted price. So now we're closing below OTE, low probability. I stick to the plan, bro. So I journal. I'm going to review this trade. I'm going to go over it. And I'm going to notice that ES failed to get to 50% with equal lows down here. Right? And NQ did. So we have an SMT up here. But that's what I'm saying. When I went into this saying SMTs all around, I hate watching people who go over their trades, they're losers, and they explain why they're getting in the trade, but they say, but it is a low probability day, so blah, blah, blah. Dude, every single trade you get into, it's not guaranteed. Don't take the loss now and say, oh, well, we're probably just going to chop all day, blah, blah, blah. That's not an excuse. It's them trying to say, oh, well, I followed all the rules except for this. Next time, they're trying to only find the winners. It does not work like that. They're trying to make it seem like there is a possibility that they can only catch winners if they only trade high probability days on A+ setups and all these things. Bro, I'm taking this trade 100 times out of 100 times right here. I'm taking it. And if I have 2 contracts, if I go in with 2 contracts, then I'm taking one off 50% and OTE for this exact reason. So you can scale out and you can take profit and everything up. It's just hard. I don't want to over leverage. One of the things is making sure you're under leveraging. And that doesn't mean slinging around 2 contracts when you're about to start with a $500 account, even if they are micros. So this trade obviously fell apart. I'd be looking at this fair value gap right here. This looks like we're going to take a loss right here. And that'll be the last trade of the week. I don't know if I'm going to have my account back on, or my real, not prop firm, but real account next week, where the real documentation begins, streaming every single day. But and dude, and I can totally see it coming to this wick, consequent encroachment of the wick, going up. But when your buy model, if this was a real buy model that was in place, we would have pushed up to here. And inside of this, people take trades different ways. Some people would have taken right here, buy model complete, right? That's why it's so difficult, and the fractability of price. This could have been someone's buy model. This is how the markets work. This could have been someone's buy model right here at these highs right here. This buy model would have been complete. And you can see a strong bearish condition is when a bullish buy model completes on one, but not on ES. ES didn't come to 50% and take out those equal highs right there. So that's showing how we're going to fall and go lower. But that doesn't mean I got in not trying to say, okay, what buy model can I catch? What sell model can I catch? No, I'm getting in, trying to get in on this draw on liquidity right here. Where am I going to get in from? Discounted price. How do I know that it's time to go? Because we've taken out sell side, discounted price, SMT, inversion gap, fair value gap, order block. I enter. And I hold for the draw on liquidity. That was my main mindset. Where are we going? The draw on liquidity. It's not, I'm trying to find any kind of 3-to-1 trade, and once I get 3-to-1, I'm out. It just so happens buy model starts setting up. Like, you can see it. That's why I drew the curves, because you can legitimately see it. So I got my stop right here. Break even. Stopped out, which is fine. So I'm going to continue to watch how price plays out, not to take a trade, just to say, hey, do we in fact push the consequent encroachment, or do we come to this wick and respect the wick and go up? If I had left my stop where it was and not rolled it up, would I have, all these things? I'm watching all these things. So just to show y'all, got my executions right here. Bought into the order block. Price did push up. Would have been nice to have 2 contracts. I could have scaled out. That's how it goes. I got a very discounted price. That's a great entry right there. So now we watch. I'll probably watch until, this is the macro time, 10:50 to 11:10. Springboard up, which would be a shame. I'm not going to sit here and be a philosopher or whatever it's called and say, you know what, I feel good that I took the loss. No, it's going to hurt, even if it's paper trading, because I know that on a regular account, that would suck if it went up to $200, But I know that I'll be able to grow my account if I keep this mindset right here. One trade. Dude, I used to have, I wouldn't even pull up my executions after a session of trading. Not even a day, just a New York session of trading, because I would have been trying to short up here and then we'd push up, and I thought, well, maybe now it's time to go up. I'll catch this move. And I'd have arrow, 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 arrow. And I was just sitting around pressing the button just to press the button. Mindset has completely changed. And you got to go into it with confidence, humility. I'm going to have a $500 account. I'm just trying to stop the bleeding. I'm passing too many funded accounts and paying activation fees and blowing all my money. Activate. I have a funded account that I'm not even activating, just because I know my mindset is so bad on those funded accounts that I'm not even gonna. If it's my real money, I know that after taking a loss like that, I'm done for the day. Collect myself, learn from it. I feel good. I'm in a headspace that I haven't been in a while, where I feel like I gotta get out. Stop the bleeding. Perfect the craft. And the success will follow, dude. I mean, the success will follow, bro. Every single day of live streaming my trades to hold myself accountable, and then even making a review on my trades. On top of that, journaling my inner thoughts that I'm not going to be putting on YouTube, but for my own. If you can't clearly define where, I'll go of it in the review of the YouTube video, but so after I get out of trade, no matter what anybody says, when you're in a trade and when you're about to take a trade and you're ramping up to take a trade, there are different emotions, and sometimes when you're in it, you're not thinking clearly and how you want to think. So after you get out of the trade, after you get stopped out, fresh for a little bit, go over what you could have done better, blah, blah, blah. And I love this card that I made right here, bro. Because now I can look at it and I can go over with myself. Trade good setups is the base. Yeah, I trade good setups, but that doesn't count. You can trade good setups and be the worst trader in the world. Trading good setups. Did I trade a good setup? I did. I clearly defined everything going out. Everything on my checklist was defined. Okay? Trade good setups and under leverage. I traded the tiniest possible contract. One micro NASDAQ. One micro E-mini NASDAQ. I traded good setup under leverage. Last one trade a day. Did I take one trade? Yes. Does that mean that I completed this? No, because the day's not over and I need to stay disciplined and only take that one trade. But I don't even want to get in anymore because it's a Friday and we've hit the weekly objective. We'll sizzle out now. I mean, it's like when there's times, dude, when the price is going somewhere, there's times. It's like when you bounce a ball and it bounces and bounces and slowly starts bouncing and sizzling down until it just stops. That's what that Friday is. It's just all week we're doing this, bouncing, and then Friday we sizzle out. We've completed everything we need to do. So if you don't see anything, we don't trade. You can go back the first hour or so of the trading day. I didn't see anything. I didn't see a draw on liquidity. I didn't see any sell side or whatever swept. If you take a loss, we stick to the plan. I took the loss. I didn't re-enter. I didn't move my stop around. The trade is not repeatable long term. We will not do it this one time. This is completely repeatable. Where's price going to? How am I going to get there? 50%? Or where's price going to? Buy side. Where are we getting there from? Discounted price, OTE. We were in a fair value gap in OTE after taking out equal lows. We created an SMT. We created an inversion gap, a fair value gap, an order block. We take our entry. When we're selling into the order block, that's how you get a good entry. A lot of people are going to want to see the reaction off the order block, and they're going to wait for a green or orange candle, and then they're going to buy, and they're going to get a worse fill, and their stop moves from $34 to $60 or $30 to $50. So I'm buying when we're selling into that order block. I had my stop down here where I felt as if once price gets to there, I feel comfortable getting out. And yeah, I mean, and if we see strength here, we don't feel like we missed out because we know that this is repeatable. This is repeatable. I don't think of it as I missed out on $70 or whatever I was up. Because then what happens when you start, then do I say, okay, at $70, I'm going to get out. And then what happens when price goes to $68 and goes down? Okay, well, at $65, at $50, at $30. And before you know it, your risk to reward is 1-to-1. And before you know it, every dollar you make, you just close the trade. I mean, bro, I'm looking for one trade, drawing liquidity. I'm not looking for a massive move. This is the range we're trading in. I've seen this trade thousands of times, dude. Multiple times in a day. We complete the buy model, now we take the sell model. If you missed the buy model, now you can get in the sell model. I mean, we are respecting the 2-minute order block, 3-minute order block. A lot of wick right here. That I don't like seeing all of these wicks, dude. What? Could push up. So that's what's frustrating about it sometimes, man. Sometimes it'll come back into that fair value gap. I don't like being in trades like that. So I'd still be in the trade if I said, maybe that's something I need to work on. But I feel like once we get to 50%, I'm rolling my stop up, you know? Closing below OTE of this range, from this swing low to this swing high. This is OTE, this little rectangle right here. We're closing below it and continuing to close below it. So I don't think this is a little pullback. So I'll stay on probably for another 30 minutes. See what price wants to do in the... If we close below this box right here, then I'll click watch, because at that point I feel like we're gonna push a little bit lower, and from there, yeah, this could still be the draw on liquidity eventually by the end of the day, but and this could be the last manipulation here. I've seen so if we do end up having that last manipulation leg right here, that the -2 to -2.5 standard deviation could get us up there. So I will stay and watch for this. Before though, I gotta use the restroom again. Sorry. I don't think my mic was on. Yo. How that hair looking? Alright, let's rock and roll. So I'm only taking one trade in the session. So even though I'm sitting here thinking this could be the last manipulation right here, this is what I like to do. If this is going to be the last manipulation, I'll go from this swing high, and I'm already going to predict an area where price could go. And I'm not trying to think 5 steps ahead, because that'll kill you, but what I am saying is that if we do push down here, I can see price coming down here, taking out this low, and then seeing price come and take out this buy side. And this is where I've struggled for so long. I'll get stopped out, and then I'll think I just got liquidated, or I was liquidity. They were hunting my stops. We're going to manipulate one more time, and now I'm going to miss the move. And then I'd re-enter and re-enter and re-enter. I don't do that anymore. That's what this one trade a day is, even if it's the hardest thing in my life that I have to do. Even if, bro, it's hard to explain, but no matter how bad I want to get back in, now you see we have equal lows right here. Or I guess that took it out. It's low on this candle. I think it swept it. 17.89350. Low on this candle is 17.8. What? 17.89525. 17.893. Oh no, so we have equal lows right here. Okay. Push down, take out this low, then go up. But that's where you get into the problem. We start thinking, okay, bullish, 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 bullish. Last manipulation up, last manipulation up. And before you know it, we just keep slowly grinding down, and you've blown your account because you keep trying to show the market that you won't get manipulated. And so I'll watch this, I'll label some things out, but I will not press the button, even if this is paper trading right now. Because when I get my real money, it's, you know, I will not get into that mindset of make the loss back. This is it, bro. See, when I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is the key right here. I'm about to put y'all on. No one's in here, okay? Number one, this is the sauce. This is the hidden sauce, okay? That's not found in the streams with 3,000 people. That's not found on the Twitter, and that's not found on Instagram and Snapchat. This is the sauce right here. As I sit here by myself in my room with no profits, with no live account, with no funded account right now, I'm paper trading. I'm paper trading with 100% effort. If you can't perform with 100% effort when you don't have the funded account, when you don't have the money to trade with, when you don't have the people watching you, when you don't have the views, when you don't have anybody telling you to keep going and you're doing a great job, when you don't have that and you can still perform with 100% effort every single day, eventually you're going to be put in a position where you do have the money to trade with, and you are getting the results, and you are having the people watching you, and you are getting the praise, and you know that doesn't affect you anymore, because you could do it with no one, you could do it with everyone. You can do it whenever, you can do it wherever. When you're not making thousands of dollars in the day, you feel the same way as you did when you were making nothing in a day, or when you are making thousands of dollars in a day. I mean, bro, it simply comes down to that, dude. Can you perform with nothing on the docket? Can you wake up every day and with nothing going for you, can you perform with 100% effort? 100% efficiency. Even if you're not feeling good that day, even if you can only function at 30%. If you give 30%, if you give 100% of that 30%, motherfucker, you're gonna win. It might not be today, might not be tomorrow, it might not be this year. I used to do this to 2022. I didn't trade with 100% effort. I would sling around fucking five mini contracts. I say, dude, I just made $300 on a 2-point move, fucking straight gambling, with no like idea of what the hell I was doing. But just show up, bro. Just do it. Even if you don't know what the hell you're doing at the moment, just do it, bro. Just get in there and get your hands dirty, and eventually you'll start finding a groove. Eventually you'll start feeling things out. Eventually you'll learn and learn and learn and learn. I'm not there yet. I will be there. And I'm not going to make a YouTube video saying, I see the YouTube videos, they say, day in the life of an unprofitable day trader. And they're on the grind and they're doing whatever, but they're trying to do these B-rolls and these fucking... This is motivation. I'm not making this video so I can get a bunch of views on it. I'm making this video, bro, for myself. I'm going to look back and I'm going to say, dude, you were here. You didn't have anybody watching you. I'm not saying the little buzzwords to get views and get people like, oh. Nah, bro. This shit is... If you can't do this, if you can't sit alone in your room and love this process of having nobody, of having no progress, if you can't sit there and love that you're in that right now, and you're not going to be there forever, then this ain't for you, bro. There's levels to this, dude. Some people would have looked at this and said, you know, I'm not going to trade. I'm not even going to look at the charts. I'm not going to do whatever. Some people would have looked at this and they would have just read it. Some people would have paper traded. Some people would have gotten stopped, closed the charts off, say, I did for today. Dude, I want everything. I want it all. I want to get stopped out and continue to read. Even when I feel tired, bro, I'm going to read these charts. Because I know at 6 o'clock tonight, I'll have time to lay down. 7 o'clock at night, I'll have time to lay down. I'm not going to the gym today. I'll definitely have time to lay down. Best believe I'm going to go run 3 miles today. Best believe I'm going to do that even when I don't want to. There's levels to this, man. Some people do not want it. And they're going to be the same people who are going to be like, I get messages now. They're like, bro, show me how to do whatever. Show me how to do whatever. But they're not really serious because I haven't made any money yet. All these thoughts go through my mind, dude. That's why trading is so hard, because you have to deal with all these thoughts and all these expectations of yourself, and you have to control that. And tiny little errors, you know, if you don't have set rules and boundaries, some people would have when I started in the fall of 2022 and started with 500 in my account, not knowing anything, bro, thought I knew some stuff, support and resistance, breakouts, and they lost all the 500, they would have said, you know what, dude, I'm not gonna, trading's a scam. Some people would have stopped trying to learn. I continue to learn, even in school, even playing baseball, learn. Gave everything I had to ICT concepts. In the summer, prop firm. 3 failed prop firms, no funded account. They would have said, this is a scam. Then you get the funded account and you lose the funded account and you go, this is a scam. Well, then you get the funded account and you make money. And I made thousands of dollars. And freaking then you lose the money. And then you put all that money then you lose the account. But you still have the money, and you put all that money back into trade and you lose it all. People would have given up. Then you go like 2-3 months without a funded account, and then you finally get a funded account, you can't get the money back. Now it's been 6 months, you haven't made any money. People would have quit, and they would have said it's a scam. Now look where we're at. We're in freaking May. No funded account, no money. Given this amount of effort with after doing all that, you can give up, dude. You can say this is not it. But then don't look at the people who continue to push forward and say, you got lucky. I didn't get lucky. I had every reason, every right to just throw it in there, bro. To just say, this ain't it. Everyone was right. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. You know? Mindset needs to stay pure. You told yourself that this is not going to be fast. You can't sit there and say, okay, I'm willing to do it for 2-3 years. I'm willing to do it for 4 years. If you're telling me that I can I'm not saying buy Lamborghinis, but that I don't have to have a boss telling me when to wake up, how late I need to work, when I can and can't have a lunch break. If you're telling me that after 4 years I'll have a skill set, but then you can't say to yourself, okay, I'm willing to do it for 4 years or 3 years, and then you're 1 year in and you haven't seen any results, and you're like, bro, I ain't doing this. You have no right, dude. You have no right. Just gave that whole monologue with no one here, but it's what I think every day. It's my thoughts every single day. You have that as a trader. I mean, say you're not streaming. You don't have anybody. You're just sitting here looking at a chart. Make you go crazy, bro. I like that. Conor McGregor talking about Vincent van Gogh. I have given every single thing, every single ounce of my being to my art. And in the end, I've lost my mind. Fuck it. Fuck it, dude. Checking over at ES right here. ES made the lower low. And Q did not. Old me would have been all over this. Saying, oh, I'm not going to miss the move. I'm not going to miss the move. See, it comes down to that second manipulation I always talk about. Sometimes it's on ES, sometimes it's on NQ. Inversion, fair value gap. No order block. There's no order block in this one. But we did have institutional entry drill right here. One tick into this fair value gap. And we still have an SMT on. And this is what saves me right here. Having the confidence that I'm only taking one trade today. I'm watching to see how price responds to the macro at 11:50 to 12:10 lunchtime macro. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, say you're in a position and you haven't taken a trade today, and you see that the second manipulation happened, or we push below sell side and then push below again, create an SMT in a fair value gap in a discounted price PD array, OTE. Are you taking this trade? Me personally, I am. I do think that I would take this trade right here. When we push into this inversion right here, I would have bought on this down close candle. I probably would have gotten in, filled about 17,925. Put my stop at 07. It's about 18. Right? I don't even know, bro. That's why I got a calculator right here. Oh. So I don't have to do the math in my head. 25 minus 7. 21. I'm stupid. 21 times 2, that's about 40 point stop, or $40 stop. So I probably would have had my stop probably below the inversion then. Honestly. 25 minus, I'll say 12, 13. Yeah, $26. Because if we get down here, I don't want to be in that trade. I would take profit up here. Looks like a really good trade that's going to develop in the macro. And when you see we get up to this point right here, it's hard to put into words, okay? So once you have price coming up OTE for this range, and one doesn't, so NQ did, ES didn't, when we come up here, there's no reason for price there's no reason to target this right here, okay? Because that's not the draw on liquidity. This is the draw on liquidity. But a lot of people are going to try and short here, okay? So price is going to, in that macro, in 1150 to 1210, we should see some big orange candles push all the way to buy side. And maybe even higher. Because anybody who feels safe right here, I don't want to give them any time to get out or even mitigate and come back here. So when we come to here, I think we're going to blow through here and blow through here. Me personally, we'll see how it turns out. And that is not just saying I think we're gonna go higher, therefore we're gonna go higher super fast with big candles. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that because one didn't, anybody who thinks that they're smart money, that's not smart money, who takes this short right here. Another reason is this was not the smart money sell model, because you see we didn't take out this low and ES did. Okay, so because this is not the smart money sell model, that means that when you fail a model like this term, there's no word for it. I'll come up with a word so that I can describe it. But if this had taken out this low, that would have been the smart money sell model. Clearly, because we didn't take out that low right there, you can see we left it equal. That's not the smart money sell model. Okay. So when you come back up to this point right here, when you have a failed sell model, the model that's going to come from it is going to be fast. Because if this was smart money sell model, that means smart money's here. And I don't know how to explain it, but smart money entry points are protected. Their stops are protected. So there was no smart money that shorted right here. Okay. How do I know that? I don't know that for a fact, but I do know is that when you come into a weekly higher time frame PD array, you don't immediately go straight down. As in, smart money, big money that's in it. Just like how I said I wanted to see one more manipulation here, either on NQ or ES, where we came down, took out sell, and then manipulated one more time. Same thing happens on a higher time frame. So we come up here, then we manipulate one more time. I'm not saying that manipulation is then going to make us sell off. We could chop around here, go up. But there will be one more manipulation, and maybe even another manipulation here. But when we come and take all this, I'm not going to say dumb money, but not smart money, anti-smart money, we have no mercy for them, and we rip their faces off, and we rip their stops off. All right? Simple as that. And when is that going to happen? In a macro. And what macro is coming up? Lunchtime macro. So you combine all the pieces together, you try and figure it out, but I feel completely fine watching price go up here, even though that I was correct. And I wasn't really correct, but if you can fit the pieces together and understand that in this zone right here, are we going down or up? Where's drawing liquidity from here? If you can start getting in this correct realm and not being wrong, not trying to short in this zone right here, all you have to do is just figure out the tweaks. You just got to tweak it. Okay? Now I've been saying I need that last manipulation. We got it. Now I need to look for the inversion. And if I start, price doesn't want to come into the inversion and we just start going off order blocks, I'll see that. Now maybe my entry will be on the order block. Or maybe I always enter on the order block and we always push down in the inversion. Maybe I'll start entering off in the inversion. Right? You just got to tweak it. But if you can get into that right zone, all you got to do is tweak. You're in a good position, bro. You're in a good position. So we got about 17 minutes. Is that right? till that macro starts kicking off. And this won't be like a slow grind up to that buy side. We're not going to give them time to get out of their trade, bro. These are the trades you want to get into. Low resistance liquidity runs, bro. And you get into that, you avoid all this mess by waiting for that last manipulation. There's people that understand the market. There's smart money. And then there's killers. And you want to be in there with killers. And killers go deep into understanding that some people probably put their stop down here and they're still in this winning trade. But they had to get through all this. Killers understand how to utilize the ES and the NQ, wait for that last manipulation. They understand how to, number one, get into this zone. And that's the hardest part. How do you know where we're going to reverse? You have to find where do you think price is going. And that's the very first part. Where's price going? You have to then figure out where is it going there from. Let me just go over this one more time. Of this range, of this swing low to this swing high, 50%. Killers get in at a discounted price. Killers, even if they're trading up here and yeah, we're going to go higher from here, they're getting in at a discount. How do you get in a discount? You get in the zone under equilibrium. Barely, but we were in it at a discounted price. They want to take out liquidity. We have all of these lows, and then this one sealed the deal with the sell side right here. Okay, take out the sell side along with the fact that we're in OTE. We've rebalanced in an efficiency, so we've came into this fair value gap right here. Okay, yeah, look how fast we're expanding up now. It's frustrating because I like to pride myself on I know how to get into these moves, but you know, powerful. And this is considered a choppy day today, bro. And people are sitting here looking like, oh, we're just gonna chop. And even if we go up here, oh, it's just a choppy day, dude. This low down here was never taken out. On ES, this low was clearly big SMT on the higher time frame, and then a baby SMT right here. Let's just push up now. This is it. This is the model. If you can catch, voila. So now we have a 5-minute inversion right here. See how price wants to react to this. Now that we've closed above it, 5-minute candle is about to end. Oh, I want to see price close above this, come back in, continue our ascent. So we got 30 seconds for this candle to close. It's all about accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and how fractal price action is, because once this candle closes, you see how the candle comes down, makes a wick, then goes higher. I'd want to see the next 5-minute candle come down here, make the wick, then push higher. And then to do that, so here we go. I'd want to see this candle push down here. Or we just go straight up. We're not here trying to find an entry. We're just saying this is how you do it. If we were in this trade, how would we be managing it? So while we're in the trade, what we'd want to see. Price come down here. Me personally, I'd want to see this inversion be respected. Most likely won't, because the wicks will push down. Just a choppy day, bro. I mean, I wonder what the 15. Yeah, bro. Just chop, dude. Straight chop. Yeah, we don't even want to come down and test this inversion. If we do, if we pull down into here, the size of the candles in the next from 11:50 to 12:10, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be fast. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It does get tiring when you're sitting here trying to decipher everything. Said I haven't even had breakfast yet. I had that protein ice cream, so I guess I did, but gotta go make freaking 3 eggs, toast, everything, man. But that's how when they say 90% of traders don't make it, it's because, dude, it takes so much discipline, so much time alone and self-reflection. I mean, shit, after watching these candles for 3 hours, I'm about to make a documented YouTube video on the trade that I took, why I took the trade. Then I'm going to make my own personal journal entry on it. And then I'm going to go watch more videos on how to trade. And I've been doing this for a year. This exact thing for a year, dude. I haven't been streaming it. But this is it. People, they can't outlast themselves. They can't outlast their old self to get to their new self. Is basically what it comes down to, man. I want this so bad, more than anybody can ever believe. And that being said, next week, when I start my own personal account, bro, it could go bad. I could take loss after loss after loss after loss. So be it. We reevaluate. We try again. I'd say a big tip that I've been focusing on now is when I get up in the morning, especially while I'm training. But like, I'm talking about like right when I wake up. I don't get on social media and see what anybody was doing last night or this morning, or what they're planning on doing today. Because even subconsciously, I don't even want that to be affecting my mindset on going into trading. Because you can do it without knowing it and allow everything that you're thinking to control your emotions and your thoughts and how you trade. I expect buy side to be taken out 1206. I'm gonna try something. How does it sound? Does it sound better? That sounds better. About what about noise? Whatever. So I'm gonna watch this low right here. Yeah, we tapped into it, but now that we've made all these equal lows, I'd like to see price take this out one more time. Something like this. It's what we looking for, twin. or in the macro. Yeah, all these lows are getting set up. They just get popped and then make our way up. It's like we're just gonna, before taking out these lows, go ahead and make our way up. That's why I don't enter up here, because I would not feel confident if I got in right here. I need to get in at a discount, and I need to get in after some form of equal lows have been swept. How fast these candles are gonna move. Shit might end up just doing this. No cap. Definitely does freaking make you tired as hell, bro. Just sitting here watching these things tick. I love it. Screen time. That's what you need. Now, if we were just like, if we like, if I couldn't see anything, if I didn't have any idea what was going on, then I wouldn't have been sitting here. I would have got, once I got stopped, I would have watched around and do whatever. But because I got stopped, I want to see, okay, if we continue in the right direction, if I was correct on my analysis, that we're gonna move up from this zone. I need to see how do I make it where this doesn't happen again. So next time if I see us close below this 5 minute like this, well, we're already by my stop. If I see, it's difficult, man. So now I wouldn't want to see us come down below this. I'd want to see us just now that we're this high. Make our way up. Only 10 minutes for this macro. I'm not saying it can't. I mean, I just don't think that it will. 2 minutes. See this expansion, bro. Yep. Just got 2 minutes to see this. 1 minute. So I wanted to be at least up here by 12:10. This is showing me that we're probably just gonna return to these lows later, maybe during lunch. But yeah, clearly not the best day to trade. But I'm glad that I followed all my rules. I mean, I saw a good setup. I took it. I want all my days to be like that. I know that if all my days are like this, I'll be unstoppable. So I just got to keep the same mindset, calm, and wait to attack. So yeah, hopefully I'll have a video out today. And this is day 1 of a long, long journey. So I'll leave this up, and yeah, fun stream, man. Same.